Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Kornerbooth pregame.
No debate, cause it's over. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth.
Love to see this team add another receiver, whether that's trade or free agency.
That's okay. Pittsburgh's the AARP retirement home.
There's a bunt record. That person's never going to have to worry about that thing ever getting broken.
I hate analytics. I think it's ruined the game I grew up loving.
I will do unspeakable things for the Giants to win this rule.
Oh, pause. Yeah, Nate killed that intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Kornerbooth pregame. Happy Thursday to all of you. We are coming so close to the beginning of college football, which I believe begins next weekend. And then on top of that, we're 3 weeks away from the NFL start of the season, maybe 2. Yeah, 3 weeks away, 2.5 weeks, whatever it is. Not 3. I think it's 3 in the nose tonight. So we get to see Eagles Cowboys and the second banner dropping in Lincoln Financial Field. Oh, God, it's good. Anyway, my banners, I'm just laughing because my team keeps winning baseball games even though we were supposed to be tanking. But I was having this conversation, I believe it was with Matt at the expo on something. I'm like, I don't think there's really a way to tank in baseball. I think it's like if you have a bad year, you get a high draft pick, but it doesn't help you immediately. It helps you 3 years down the road. Anyway, it's Thursday. I have a Sun Cruiser strawberry lemonade. Thanks, Matt. We got some fun guests. We have a fully packed show today. So without further ado, my co-host Matt's here. Hi, Matt.
What's going on? Yeah, they're winning games. I mean, they still got a ways to go. They're still 5.5 out of the wild card, but anything is possible. I always think of I think it was Moneyball, not Moneyball. Well, Moneyball too, but I always think of Mr. 3000 when they were about 7 games or so out of third, and they just need to get into the wild card, and they. No, it was a movie, but anything is possible.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. But yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Blaine for not taking any of his lemonades that we bought home because I'm enjoying a little raspberry one, and this is actually some pretty good stuff. He had a good choice. It's not carbonated, so you don't feel like crap, but it tastes pretty good. He's got good taste in little spiked drinks.
There you go. I'm honestly. I didn't try any of them yet, but I'm not the biggest high noon guy, so I just don't care for them that much. These Sun Cruisers are pretty good though. I will give these the credit. I told one of my good buddies in the Army, he likes the iced tea combo. I said, dude, the iced tea and lemonade, you will blow through a case of these if you're not careful. And he goes, really? Yeah. I'm like, they are tailor made for you, buddy. He hasn't had a drink since February, so he's a little like, what am I supposed to do right now? So
they're only 4%, but if you got a light stomach, then they'll definitely creep up on you.
All righty. Well, listen, we have a big show today. We are talking AFC and NFC South football. Obviously, we're going to kick it with the NFC. Also, we have returned of 2 guests who have not been on the show, I believe, since halfway through last season. One possibly longer. But we're going to start off with our house regular. He is a friend of ours. He's Hunter Renfro's stunt double. He's also one of the sassiest men I've ever met in a good way. He's just got a lot of he's always with the quick quips, and we love him for that. He works with Kelsey, so kind of comes with the territory. Host of High Low Sports Podcast and one of our favorite humans on this planet, DJ Stewart.
Look, sometimes you got to be sassy. When you talk faster than Rashee Rice drives, you got to make sure you get it all out there quick, fast, and in a hurry, and hopefully a little bit less dangerous.
I watched so many NFL. I got out at noon today, so I was watching so many NFL highlights. The Rashee Rice news is crazy. For those of you who don't know, his hearing to determine his punishment is 4 weeks into the season. Because yes, that makes sense. Oh my Lord!
Drafting is going to be so wild. Like if you take him, you get him for a month. Let's say he gets suspended 6 games, you lose him for 6-7 weeks, then you get him in time for the playoffs after their bye week.
If he's sitting there for 6th or 7th round, I'll scoop him. I'll take a waiver. He's a no-brainer. But
he's Michael Thomas, basically slant boy times 3. Like just slant, still counts.
The other thing I saw is that Quinshon Judkins will not be charged. No awareness suspension. I gotta, as a journalist, a guy who went to journalism school, right? DJ, I don't know what'd you go to major for? I'm curious.
Oh, not only did I get journalism school, I got hardware to show that I was damn good at it too. So let's go.
Hey, there you go. I have an award somewhere tucked in these things for my report on Hill House football, Coach Lytle, which was actually we got like silver in the whole state or whatever. I guess second place ain't bad. But yeah, so I went to journalism school, right? So DJ, saying when a guy is acquitted of no charges and then saying on your video live on social media to your 50,000 plus followers that this guy did it and how he's not getting charged is bull without seeing the full story, I feel like that's grounds for libel, right? Am I not sniffing up the wrong tree here? I feel like some people like that just seems a little risky for a page to say something like that off the rip with nothing to back it. In this case,
that's going to require some very expensive lawyers that I'm not going to dive into because I do not have those type of lawyers. Because it's going to be a battle of people that have a lot of deep money if it decides to go that way.
So you guys know one of the football guys I follow. I think I follow him more because he annoys me sometimes more than I foo for his takes. His new show's not terrible, but when he starts offering his opinions, I'm like, bro, you got to stop talking. You are going to get yourself sued. It's Tyler Cohen, Tico, whatever his name is. He basically just stated on his thing that, oh yeah, Judkins basically beat this woman and how he's not getting suspended or not getting charged is bullshit. And I'm like, bro, you are really walking a dick. He did this before with another legal thing that happened a few months ago. Oh, and then during the draft, this kid also basically stated that the NFL blackballed Shedeur Sanders and they should be ashamed. And this is all a big conspiracy. I was like, aren't you trying to get like accredited to be like a news? Like you're really barking up the wrong tree here, bud. But I don't know. I just grew up where you basically don't take a shot like that until you've got like ammunition behind the bullet, if that powder behind the bullet, if that makes sense. Like,
I guess technically, like they just said he won't face a formal charge, so it wasn't that he was quote unquote cleared. It's a very fine line that I wouldn't be walking.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Quinshon Judkins is
not getting charged, and he just now needs to sign a contract, and he'll be joining fellow questionable off the field rookie in Isaiah Bond, who's joining Cleveland as of an hour ago. So Cleveland's just racking up the interesting backgrounds, as we're going to say. It's starting to look like a CBS receipt is starting to match their rap sheet at this point, and that's not even including the speedsters.
But you know what? Hey, listen, it wouldn't be Cleveland Browns football without at least a little bit of entertainment. But you know what's really entertaining? He's not only a video games expert, he recovers all the Call of Duty leagues and all the gaming leagues for Live Sports. He also is a diehard Falcons and Georgia Bulldogs fan. Go Dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, our friend from the Morgan Man Sports Podcast, Mr. Stacy Morgan.
What's going on, guys?
Nate got a little too trigger happy. It's all right, buddy. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Oh man, it's good to see y'all. I've been super busy today, just doing the podcast stuff and doing some side hustle things outside of the podcast. So it's been a very productive day.
Hey, listen, man. We're very happy to see you here. So we're gonna kick it off. And the NFC South, I think. You know, Buccaneers have won, I believe, the 3 of the last 4 years, if not more. 4 years in a row. Okay, I was pretty close. Not only that, I'm just laughing because our guest who got in earlier than he was, our guest for the AFC South is here earlier than he's supposed to. I mean, listen, it's a party. I'm down for it. But we'll bring him on in a second. But your Falcons have had the weirdest offseason for not having any crazy headlines. You guys had a solid draft. I liked a lot of the stuff you did. It was a lot less controversial than the year before. We had this conversation last year, Stacy, where we said there was a chance we were going to see Michael Penix by like week 8 or 9. So I was a couple weeks early, but brother, your Falcons are having a fun start to the season right now. Michael Penix at the helm. You got the number 1 running back in fantasy allegedly, and apparently Kyle Pitts has had his best camp ever. Even I've heard that 1,000 times. So what's the vibes in ATL, man? How are you feeling about your Falcons?
Oh man, I'm feeling electric, especially after that fight that Michael Penix brought out at training camp against the Tennessee Titans. we already know that dude is a dog, and he's showing it early. But outside of the fighting at training camp, everything's looking bright on paper. It's just I like to see more results on the field, especially during this preseason right now on offense. Defense shows that they can show up, but it's that offense with Zach Robinson that I'm just kind of like, all right, you're supposed to be this mastermind, this, Matt LaFleur kind of protege. Like, what's going on? So I want to see, for tomorrow against the Titans, you need to cook up a scheme that's going to somewhat resemble into the regular season. I know you can't show your whole playbook right now, but I need to see something tomorrow. But other than that, everything else on paper for both defense and offense, it looks great for the ATL.
I am beyond excited for you guys. I really love the offense you guys put together. I think I'm a big Penix defender. We've talked about this in the past. I loved what I saw at Washington. I thought they hung him out to dry against Michigan a little bit, but he still fought. I'm also a fan of how he has apparently 45 different do-rags and nobody's ever actually seen his hair. That might be my favorite fun fact about Michael Penix. But yeah, I'm really optimistic about your guys' offense this year. I think it's going to look a lot different. I think the whole Kirk Cousins thing was fun last year, but I think a lot of the holes that you guys had in your team were kind of exposed with Cousins not playing spectacularly towards the back half of the season. I think it's going to be an uphill battle still because you have two teams, one that's very hungry and they got a lot better in Carolina, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and Tampa Bay, who's the defending champions of that division, who have Baker coming off an MVP caliber season, Mike Evans, who basically is going to get 1,000 yards till he's in a retirement home, and they added Megala. Oh, God, I can't remember. I'm not going to butcher his name. The receiver from Ohio State. Thank you. I got it right for the draft, and then I was not going to butcher it again. So my apologies, sir. But yeah, they added him, and apparently Godwin's going to be back at some point. So they added McMillan last year in the offseason, one of Penix's boys from Washington. And also, Bucky Irving coming on a second year. There's a lot of things to look forward to in this division. But you know what we also have to look forward to? A man who has not been on this show in almost a season and a half. He is the utmost expert for all things soccer at Belly Up Sports. I don't really ever want to call it football because this is football in this country. But he is a diehard Texans and all Houston sports fan. He's a Marine vet, and he's just one awesome dude. Ladies and gentlemen, Hector Flores. Your volume's real low there, dog.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm barely picking you up right now.
Oh, shit, that's no point now. 1 second.
All right, we'll let him get through. We'll let him. That Stroud jersey is fire, though, dude. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can, Nate, see if we can mess with his audio a little bit. All right, Nate's getting on that. But listen, we're trying to get his audio up and running. By the way, Hector hosts Insert Name FC. That's my bad for not actually plugging his show name on his introduction. Dropped the ball there. But Hector, I guess you're talking a little NFC South ball as a little bonus today, huh?
I guess so, man. I guess so.
We're still getting nothing out of you.
We can hear you, but it's extremely faint.
Yeah, it's like you're 45 miles away and you're yelling off the mountaintop.
You sound like me when I try and speak normally.
All right, let me come
That actually tracks. All right, we're dropping off. But hey, listen, while Hector figures it out, Carolina Panthers. Fellas. I mean, DJ, your boy, he's back. Your body double. He's playing ball. He looks great.
Yeah, my body's superior. He can play a full game without dying. But yeah, I think still not sure how I feel about Carolina. I still think they're 6-11, 7-10. I think there's still a lot of holes. I think the last few games we saw last year just gonna be their whole season, where they're weirdly competitive. They're gonna annoy a lot. They're gonna ruin somebody's parlay guaranteed and their point spread cover. They're gonna be weirdly competitive.
That would be me. I would be patient zero on that.
Yeah, exactly. I think offensively they'll be really good. Defensively, there's still some holes. They'll still make some mistakes, but I think they'll be competitive throughout. They're just not quite ready to be in that playoff division hunt quite yet.
All right.
Although Hunter Renfrow is making that Pro Bowl push this year, just wait.
Also, Deej, you and me are big Ted McMillan fans right now. We're banging the drum for him.
He's going to score like 8 touchdowns this year. I think he's going to be in contention for Rookie of the Year.
I agree. And Matthew, I'll let you handle the dumpster fire that is the New Orleans Saints. I think there's anything to be happy about, right? I mean, we could try to bring Cruz on, but he'd talk about how good their season could be for about 20 minutes, and I'd believe him for about 5 of it, and then I'd be like, "Oh, buddy."
I wouldn't even listen, to be honest. The first thing I wrote down was they will be really bad. I think that's the best way to put it. So Tyler Show, aka Chris, is probably going to be quarterback 1. I mean, Rattler and Hainer are terrible, and Carr retiring. I mean, what else could go wrong with this team?
Kamara retiring.
Yeah, I mean, well, speaking of Kamara, he's already turned 30 a couple weeks ago. So how many more productive years does he have left in the tank before he starts to slow down post that 30 year? So you're kind of it sucks because he's a very great and talented guy, and years are starting to get wasted down there championship wise. The Saints are contenders though for the number 1 pick in 2026. And their best offensive weapon, Alvin Kamara, turned 30. And then you've got Chris Olave, who has missed 9 games in 3 seasons due to concussions. And then on top of that, they just lost one of their backup tight ends in Bub Means for the whole year. And long story short, we don't need to really dive into it. We all know they're not going to be good. I have them with a floor of 3 wins, and maybe somehow they squeak out 4 or 5 as a ceiling. I think this team is going to be picking number 1 overall next year.
I also think
Arch to play where Archie played.
I think if the Saints have the number 1 pick in the 2026 NFL draft, I think his grandfather will talk to him about, hey, you might want to come out. You can be a family legacy. Go play down in New Orleans like I did. That might be the only way that he gets out of college.
They're a bad organization. They just need their 1 sacrificial lamb year. They've been pushing off this year for so long. And the best way to – so everyone knows this, guys. Some teams more than others, Matt and Nate, know that, football is very cyclical. You got to take your lumps. You got to have your bad seasons. I mean, Stacey, you've had the Falcons the last couple of years, have had some rough years. My Eagles have had a couple bad years since 2000, since the Lurries took over. DJ, obviously your Colts had a lot of success, but I've taken a couple shots to the shins recently. But it's all cyclical. And I think the Saints have been pushing it off for so long. You need to burn it down to build it back up. And they've been hanging on to the remnants of the Breeze, Sean Payton era that is more than 5 years extinct at this point. Like we were talking up in Canton about Drew Brees being a first ballot next year. Guys, that's 5 years he's been gone now. This is his 5th season out of the league. And the Saints are still hanging on to contracts and memos and stuff from this actual team. It's insane to me. They've been so mediocre that they're just good enough where they're not going to get anything higher than 7th or 8th in the draft. And it's not helping. I think this is the last thing we'll talk about the Saints unless Nate has anything else to add on them. But there is nothing to be optimistic about this year. I think even Kellen Moore is like, how much can I drink on the sideline without getting fined?
Kellen Moore had to have been
It's
promised.
all satire, by the way. Kellen Moore will not be drinking on the sideline as far as I know.
Kellen Moore had to have had in his contract written down, you cannot fire me after 1 year, because there's no way anybody takes this job with the possibility of getting the Lovie Smith or David Culley treatment. There's just no way. I need to be promised. Yeah, maybe, but I need to be. I don't think he'll be one and done. But if there's anybody that could be one and done, I think Kellen Moore is in that scenario. But I got to be promised that in writing legally that you're not going to fire me after this 1 year, because you're giving me Tyler Show, Jake Hainer, and Spencer Rattler with Rashid. Is it Rashid Shaheed?
Rashid Shaheed, my boy, fantasy darling for about a week and a half before his knee blew out.
I'm nothing against those guys. They're all very talented, but that's probably going to be one of the worst functioning offenses on paper just because of the quarterback and the lack of weapons outside of Olave, who's probably going to be hurt at some point this season.
I don't even know who they're starting. I think is it Juwan Johnson, right? That's who their starting tight end is.
Taysom Hill, technically, but yeah, Juwan Johnson's.
But he's always hurt too.
We're still doing the Taysom Hill thing. I thought we burned that one away already.
Here's the game plan for the Saints. They start like 0-4, 0-5. You trade Alvin Kamara to someone like the Chiefs to get a second-round pick who will take him and he gets him in. Then you trade Chris Olave with all of his injuries, try and get a second or third in to someone like Buffalo or Baltimore, try and get a little more out of there. You're cleaning house because you're not going to re-sign him because you already let Derek Carr break his head.
I mean, okay, so first of all, my hot take was they're going to trade Alvin Kamara by the first week of the season, by the midweek of the season, middle of the season. They're going to see somebody's going to go down running back by injury. Maybe it's Pacheco. Maybe it's, somebody out west. Maybe the Chiefs are just sick and they just want to keep loading up running backs. Like, see, we can do it with 15 different backs. We don't need a Hall of Fame caliber player. Or, maybe like a team like the Giants starts making a little bit of a wee run for a couple weeks. And Nate's like, no, okay, so I'm wondering if Nate's now turning over a new leaf into, I want us to be still bad so we can get another loaded pick next year and keep building up Hall of Fame talent and then smoke everybody in 3 years. I wonder if that's where Nate's gone to at this point.
No.
Who's running the football? Who's running the football in Denver right now?
And RJ Hart.
Yeah, RJ Henry and Dobbins. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So my official bold prediction is that if Alvin Kamara gets traded at the deadline, it's going to go to Denver.
Ooh, okay. I could also see going to Miami because I think the Dolphins are going to try to do something really early to make a move because they're going to beat the hell out of Achane early because the poor guy is not built for 20 carries a game. And Ollie Gordon, there's a reason he kind of fell off. I'd love for him to because I loved using him in NCAA 25, but I have a weird feeling that I don't know. This Kamara, predicting trades before the season starts is always Russian roulette. So I like the Chiefs prediction. I could also see a team like Miami or a team like Matt said, Denver. Hell, I could see a team like Washington because Robinson and Eckler are notorious for not playing a full season, and they want to win now because their defense has a higher AARP number than the Steelers does. But we're going to try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, Nate, you're on the queue for this one. Hector Flores, we're going to see if his microphone's rocking and rolling.
Switch over to the AirPods, so
there we go.
Hey, there he is. Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, no, great to be back. It's not Kornerbooth unless there's a slip up at some point. So, very fitting.
Exactly. I had to explain this to one of our guests. She's coming on Monday. I'm not. That's all I'm going to say. But I said to her we were talking about the show. There's always that goes sideways, left, right, up and down. There's never. But that's also what makes us human. That's also what makes our show amazing. But what makes our show on Thursdays the most amazing, though, is the guests, obviously. So happy for all three of you guys to be here. Stacy's dropped off. Oh, there he's back. All right, Nate, you want to add him back as well? Awesome, thank you. By the way, shout out to our boy Nate. He's in the background today, but he's kicking butt as usual.
Hi.
Nate, please tell me that's Mountain Dew, not something else.
It's
looks like a Fanta.
It's
Hector. Pineapple Fanta. Nice.
Pineapple Fanta?
It's so good. Yes, it is.
All right. Is it blasphemy to say orange Fanta is not even my top 4 Fanta flavors? Is it blasphemy?
Valid.
Depends what your flavors are.
Pineapple, grape, and then blue, and then I can't remember the other one I liked before it.
Strawberry?
Yeah, strawberry Fanta.
Me and Hector be on the same page.
Well,
I was a big orange guy until randomly at Texas Southern University, the college I attended, their bagel, I think it was like Einstein Bros Bagels, whatever it's called. They had a mango flavor Fanta, and
what
you know, me being Central American, obviously if it's mango, I gotta try it. And yes, it had exceeded my expectations. So that to me is gonna be number one, even though I don't know if I'm ever gonna. I might have to go back to my old college and to go just specifically for a mango Fanta.
You probably could look it up online and see who distributes it. I'm not kidding you.
Get me one too. Get me one too.
I don't like work. You're about to go back to your school just to get a damn soda. Just look up where they sell it. I mean,
because I know it's there.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. I appreciate mango is my second favorite fruit behind pineapple. Dude, I swear to God, there's one
That's
beer.
blasphemous.
That is
Whoa, no.
Pineapple's not even in my 5.
Pineapple's my number 1.
I have 5. What's your number 1?
Pineapple all day.
He just said.
I guess. Oh, I thought he said apple. I don't know. Pineapple's like maybe
No.
7.
Pineapple.
Where
and
do you
mango.
put grapes?
Mango, then peaches. Shout out Georgia.
Mango's
and-
number 1 for me.
Where do you put grapes?
4.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take it at 4.
Yeah, I
And
like
then I
grapes.
put apples at 5.
All right. Well, good to
But
see you,
wait,
Hector.
what
Go
about
Texans.
watermelon?
Watermelon's
That's
2.
That's 6.
Oh.
I actually enjoy watermelon a lot. I just enjoy fruit, so like I eat a lot of it.
Well, good to see you,
Mango,
Hector.
watermelon, peaches.
Good to see you, Hector.
Always great to see you, man.
Hi, Stacy.
Canadian.
Hope you're doing well.
Oh.
Go Falcons. And hi, DJ. And hi, Matt. Sorry.
Canadian's 5.
Nate doing
I
his
love
45-minute send off.
I love
That's
Canadian.
okay. We love Nate. Yeah, no, we could do it. Honestly, we could do. No, damn, we should do. We honestly, if we have enough time, maybe we could do like a fruit draft at the end.
Also,
I'm gonna
Doritos
grab
over
Dragon
Yeah.
fruit. Wait, what? Who's had dragon fruit? Nobody.
No, it's not good.
Okay, I do like dragon fruit in beverages.
Mhm.
It's a lot of work to actually eat a dragon fruit. So
Yeah,
Yeah, and the flavored
was-
drink
yeah, I had
really,
it was like I was
the
like,
flavor of the drink really
what are these
does
things?
not match up with the flavor of the fruit. There's no,
yeah,
I don't know.
What's that viral one that's going around right now? It looks like a giant gourd. It smells like ass, but apparently it tastes really good to some people. It's like a Genji fruit or something like that. I keep seeing it all over TikTok. I don't know. There are people do some weird things for
The
international
only
food.
thing I can think of is star fruit.
No, but I've had star fruit.
Star
I
fruit's
mean, I know
fire.
a lot of people like to dog on guava. I'm a big guava guy, but I know
Guava's good.
but I know a lot of people don't like guava. So
My best friend's stepmom is Brazilian, so guava is everything in that diet. Guava and the little cheese on the skewers, that is just gas. All right, so we're talking. What also is gas and no breaks is the Buccaneers' offense. All right, like I'm going to start this here. Obviously, we know where Stacy. We know you're optimistic about your Falcons. They can make a run. We all kind of, I mean, Hector, unless you want to contribute anything about the Panthers, they're going to be a 500-ish, below-ish team. Fun, but they still need another year of cooking in the oven.
I mean, the Panthers could ruin someone's playoff hopes.
Mhm.
I think that's at least what they're gonna be for this season. I think that there's gonna be some level of progression, but there's still, I think, a lot of issues with Carolina.
Mhm.
But I think as far as being like just a spoiler for the season, especially with the NFC North, like I just feel like they're just really good at screwing each other over in that division. Like a lot of people talk about how like some of the records over there in the NFC South seem to be like really low compared to everybody else, but I think it's because of just them
They
just
just
beating
beat
the
the hell
crap
out
out
of
of each other. Yeah, so I
Yeah,
mean,
you're right. I think it's honestly the best take about this division. I think anybody who thinks anybody in this division is going over 11-5 is nuts. I mean, 11-6 is nuts. I think
you
I
can't
think
even have a favorite in this division because they might not win it.
I mean, the Bucs are one bad injury at quarterback away from probably being a third place team. Because Bucs minus Baker equals the Falcons winning the division at like 9-8, 10-7, and the
But
Panthers.
how big of a loss is Liam Cohen?
That's the thing. I'm not sure yet. I want to see here's I'm weird, and maybe you guys can disagree with this. Offensive coordinators, it's 50-50. Because sometimes the talent is so good for the team, they can overcome that. But in some cases, the offensive coordinator is everything, and the offense goes, whoop. Case in point, Atlanta Falcons 2017. Sorry, Stace, I had to bring that one up.
No, you good.
Yeah.
They had
Unfortunately,
talent.
with
They were able to make it to the first round, but the lack of that was the first year of Schottenheimer, right? And being gone was 17, or was that 18?
I want to say it was 17.
Okay, I thought it was 17 was the first year he was in San Fran, because that was, I think, the year they traded for Garoppolo midseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was the perfect example. Shanahan, as much as I dog on him for not being a good head coach and not being able to close games, as an OC, he's electric. The thing is that Atlanta's offense had just enough talent to keep it going. I think that's where Tampa Bay is going to be this year, where they're going to have just enough talent with Baker, Ibuka, and Godwin, McMillan downfield. Plus, you throw in the fact that Bucky Irving I think he's going to have a down year this year from last year. I think he's still going to be a solid running back, probably 1,100 yards, 8 to 10 touchdowns, probably another 4,400 yards through the air. It's a good offense, and they're going to score points. I just don't love them doing more than winning the division. I think I love Philly, obviously, Detroit, and probably LA more. That's where I lean right now. Any other team in the NFC, I'd take Tampa Bay. But like we just said just now, it kind of comes down to the point of, hey, listen, we don't know exactly how much firepower we're going to get out of Atlanta. Now, Penix could come in looking like 2022 Jalen Hurts and light the whole league on fire because they do have an explosive offense. I like a lot of the weapons that they have. Now, can their defense be a cohesive force? If it is, sky's the limit. I do love them boys on the other side of the ball. I think A.J. Terrell is still one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the NFL. I'm happy he's starting to get his due finally. Do love Jesse Bates down there. And the fact that you guys actually started helping your defensive line, awesome. So there's a lot to be excited about in ATL. So I think they're ceiling to me. And Stacey, I'll let you take the floor because this is your team. I think their ceiling this year is last team in the wild card, kind of a pain in the butt to put away. The team that nobody really wants to play in the first round. That's the kind of vibe I get from them right now.
Yeah, I can see that. Being in at least 10-7 as their best. So that would be my ceiling. For floor, as bad as it kills me to say it, at least 8-9 is their floor.
I listen, I'll let that one run because you know what? It's not like last year where like Cousins injury or Cousins bad play plus inexperienced Penix equals we don't know what we're getting. Penix is a full offseason in the offense. You get a healthy Bijan, healthy receivers with Drake London and my boy Darnell Mooney. Plus, hey, listen, I'll keep giving Kyle Pitts the benefit of the doubt. He might actually catch a touchdown this year.
Yeah.
On non-international soil. And then their defense keeps improving, and I do love what they're building down there. So it's not a bad system. So I could see that. We'll go around the horn quick, and then we'll kind of roughly put a bow on the NFC South quickly. We'll pick winners, and we'll pick sleepers, and we'll go. Matt, Atlanta Falcons, what do you got for a record for them?
I'm very excited for the Falcons. I have them with a ceiling of 11 wins and a floor of 8, like Stacey was saying. A lot of people don't remember, but they just hired Jeff Ulbrich as our defensive coordinator from the Jets. And Jeff Ulbrich is a fantastic defensive coordinator. I think but the Falcons need a little bit of a defensive help. They got James Pierce and Jalen Walker. They got a solid offense on paper. If everything clicks, especially with that defense, with this coordinator, I've seen him work magic in overnight with the Jets, and I think he could do the same with the Falcons. So I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta has a exceed expectations year defensively. But I'll give them 11-6 at best and 8-9 at worst.
I have one bold prediction. I think either Pierce or Williams is going to have at least 11 plus sacks this year. I think they're going to finally get the pass rush they've been missing since basically the John Abraham days. No, sorry, the 1 year with Vic Beasley where he went ballistic. Hector, Hector, what are you feeling right now with the Dirty Birds?
I think 8's a good ceiling for them. I think that they have improved a lot. I am excited about Penix. I think from that draft class, I had a lot of good vibes from him. I think he's a good leader. He's definitely, in my opinion, a really good quarterback who make good decisions, especially now that he has now a full year with the offense. And I mean, yeah, he's got great weapons. I think that's another important thing for an offense is not only having a quarterback that can get it from point A to point B, but also guys that can make you pay tremendously. The defense is obviously going to be interesting to see. I didn't know much about the coordinator, but like, hey, if Matt has high hopes, I think I feel the same way. I think at least the the ceiling. Oh, I don't know. 8, I think, is going to be the floor. The ceiling will be like 10 wins. I think that they could definitely contest for the wild card.
All right. And Deej finishes off strong here, and we'll kind of we'll go through rapid fire. And we'll do our 1 through 4 standings here. We'll move over to the AFC, which Stacey, you're more than welcome to stay if you'd like. If not, we always appreciate your time out here, my friend. But DJ, Falcons. Oh, what do you got for the floor? What do you got for the ceiling?
Ceiling, they could take 11 wins if everything clicks and Michael Penix looks like he's playing back at Washington. The floor is about 5 wins. They have a lot of schematic issues that worry me. Michael Penix has to be significantly more accurate outside of just chucking it deep to Drake London. I think he was like 57% and had a lot of off ball between 5 and 15 yards. So, and then schematically, you can't run 50% of your plays out of the pistol. That doesn't work effectively when you're trying to run your offense off of Bijan. They got to get the under center stuff worked out, and Penix threw 13 snaps at Washington under center in 4 years. So they got some schematic things to work out, but if those click, they'll be dangerous. Still draft Drake London fantasy. I retract that. Don't draft Drake London anymore.
You know what? I still end up probably taking him if I have a shot with him because I have number 1 overall pick in one of my big leagues. I'll probably take him at the turn if he's still there.
I like a week 5 bye week. That means they're good to go down the stretch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, DJ, Matt, who was arguing with us in Canton about T. Higgins? Was that Kelsey who was arguing with us about it, or was that you, DJ, arguing with T. Higgins? Who was the one going to bat for him while we were trying to name better receivers? I feel like that was Kelsey.
Probably.
Maybe.
It was just a random thought in my head. I was just like, we had a 4-minute argument, and I was a little inebriated, but we were still going to town about it.
Yeah, the context was we were just naming off receivers, and we had to say who was better, T. Higgins or that receiver.
We basically did what they do it, pick a side, and it got a little hostile. All right, boys, rapid fire. We'll start with Stacey, obviously. Stacey, your NFC South standing predictions for 2025 in order.
All right, so NFC South predictions in order. Obviously, the boys in the red and black, Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to go with Matt's prediction, 11-6.
He upped it.
Buccaneers.
The coordinator, he's like.
Buccaneers, I feel like it's going to be still a contender, but I don't know about them yet. Like you said, Jarrett, that they're just a quarterback injury away from being the third best team in the South. So, with that being said, I say maybe 9-8. Buccaneers second in the South. Panthers, obviously an improvement. What would that be? 6-11 wins right there. And then, of course, the New Orleans Aints.
Yeah.
Bringing the Aints back. I love it.
Yep. 2-15. I don't see them winning really no games this season.
I have them going 1-16. So I was gonna. I looked at their schedule last night, and this is the things I do when I'm not drinking and I'm just looking at I'm not playing Xbox. I'm like, I wonder how much this game the Saints are gonna lose this year. And I went down. I was like, these guys could easily go 1-16 or 0-17, and I wouldn't even bat an eye at it. They're so bad. Hector, what are your vibes right now? What are you feeling? The standings, my friend, for the NFC South.
Yeah, Nolan's going to be dead last. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Stacey even gave them 2 wins.
I know. I
was like, man, being a little generous there. I think if anything, the Panthers can definitely get one of the NFC South matchups, whether it's the Panthers or maybe they screw over Tampa Bay. So I can see one of those divisional matchups being where they get their one and only win, and that's where I'm at. I think they go 1-16. Third is Panthers. I mean, yes, they have improved, but they're still nowhere near to compete for a playoff position alone. Second, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think it's gonna be a battle between them and Tampa Bay. I think that's just where it is. I no offense to them. I think Atlanta's really good. I just believe a lot in Baker, especially because he's a Texas boy, and so yeah, I got Tampa Bay winning, especially just because of the way I know. Once again, I'm just a big Baker guy. So, and the creamsicles are back. You know,
Oh, creamsicles are the second best throwback jerseys in the league. Number one is Kelly Greens. You can't. I'll stand on that hill all day. DJ. I'm not going to ask anything about your singing Colts fan counterpart here, but what are you? Because we're getting started with our preview in a minute. But what are your thoughts on the standings? Who you got 1 through 4?
We got the Saints at the bottom at 3-14. Turns out I'm the generous guy for them here. I got the Panthers at 6-11, Falcons at 7-10, and Tampa Bay at 11-6. I think Tampa's going to cook, and they're going to be a true playoff contender.
I think you and me have the same record for Tampa. Mr. Matthew.
Oh gosh, Stacy just had some heart palpitations right there after that one. All right, so starting from the easiest, I guess, to start from the bottom. I think everybody has the same 4-3. The Saints I have last. I agree with DJ. I think I could see them going around 3-13 realistically. The Panthers, I think, are going to be a very feisty team. I love Ted McMillan. I love the Trevor Etienne to go with Hubbard since Jonathan Brooks is always hurt right now, and then Nick Scourton. But I think I'll give them 7-10 in third place. Second place, I am going to place the Falcons there, but I think the Falcons could get one of those wild card spots. So not to lose hope there, Stacy, but I got the Falcons. So I'm going to put them in the middle at 10-7. And then I'm not going to lie, I'm very high on Tampa. One of their main things is that their Godwin is always hurt, and it's always like, Mike Evans is always the cowbell, just feeding the ball left and right until he gets hurt. And them adding Emeka Egbuka, I think, really helps out with that potential loss at receiver at some point in the season. And considering that Godwin's always already hurt, I think they have potential to go 12-5. But the fact that they're without Tristan Wirfs right now, and they have to learn a new offense on the fly since Liam Cohen at late towards the offseason left, I'm going to put them at 11-6 in first place.
All right. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 11-6 coming in first place. Like I said before, there's only 3 teams in the entire NFC who I have above them. I have the Falcons at 10-7. I think they're going to be a very fun, exciting team. I think the youth on their defense, at least up front, is going to be an issue early in the season. But once Pierce and Williams, and I believe they still have Judon on the roster, right?
Yeah.
Body built by Taco Bell still exists. Great. All right. So I think they'll still get some rush in. I think they're going to see very early having a good pass rush alleviates a lot of problems on your back and on your defense. I still think they're going to be the last team in the wild card or second to last team in. I am a little higher on the Panthers than you guys. I have them finishing 8-9, 9-8. You could basically do a coin flip for one of the games. But I really love Bryce Young and Ted McMillan. I think they still need to keep looking at the defense, but their offense looks better and better. And I have the Saints or the Nola Criers, whatever you want to call them. I have them going 1-16. I basically have one of their coin flip wins being against one of the other teams in the bottom 5. When me and Matt talked about our 5 worst teams, New Orleans was obviously our number 1. I have them maybe winning one game. I think it's
Matthew. Sorry, not to cut you off. Matthew Judon is a free agent right now, but like I said, they did draft James Pierce and Jalen Walker as well. So there is some pieces to fill in his loss.
All right. So maybe it's going to take a little longer for them to kick in that pass rush because obviously, listen, James Pierce weighs less than me. It's not saying much at this point, but still, weighs less than me when I'm healthy. Anyway, I still think the Falcons have a very optimistic chance right now. I think they're going to have a lot of fun this season. They might even steal one from Tampa. I think they honestly could. I think it's going to be one of the best games of the week when they play each other. And I can't wait for it. But, give me I'm still going to take Tampa to win. Listen, they were the one team I was kind of like, I really hope we don't have to play them in the playoffs because I was like, I don't know how that game's going to go. And then Washington and Baker I can't remember what Baker did to end that. We were having a conversation late at the Hall of Fame about it. But, yeah, it's okay. Washington did our job for us. But, all right. That's our NFC South preview. Pretty unanimous, except for obviously, listen, I love Stacey's fire for it. He's got the Falcons. The rest of us got the Bucs. Most of us had the Falcons in second. We're making the playoffs. Stacey, I know you were on a time constraint. If you want to stay for a little bit, you can. If you're not, we understand. We'll plug your show, and you can enjoy your Thursday night. It's up to you.
Yeah, I do gotta go, but I will quickly say for the AFC South, tighten up. I'm looking forward to Cam Ward.
Let's
He might honestly,
go!
He's ass.
he might honestly, being a rookie quarterback, bring this team to the promised land, not the Super Bowl, but to the playoffs in his first season.
He's the best quarterback they've had since McNair, and he hasn't even taken a snap yet. I love it. All right. Stace, I love it, brother. Hey, listen, you can find him at everything Morgan Man Sports. Anything big Call of Duty League coming up wise? You got anything else you want to plug quick?
No, nothing honestly right now. It's just kind of a dead season outside of Atlanta Face releasing BZ, Celium, and Draza. Simp still on the team, but I was like, if you're going to just do that, you might as well do a full team rebuild. But I figured they're going to try to build around Simp, the best SMG player in the league right now.
Okay.
So, but like I said, it's a dry off season for the COD League coming up, but we got Black Ops 7 noobs coming here soon. So hopefully we'll get some esports information following that.
All right. Also, last question I got to ask. Are you going to try the Battlefield 6 beta?
Try the Falcons, what now?
The Battlefield 6 beta. Are you going to try it?
Oh, yes, for sure. Definitely. Like,
Yeah,
COD is losing a
try
lot
it
of momentum, but BF6, definitely I'm going to give it a try.
Bring back to college. I mean, I can't wait. I've been missing OG Battlefield. This is Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Bad Company 2. Stacey Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
See you, Stace.
Oh, I cut him off. My bad, Stacey. Whew. All right. We're talking to AFC South. Listen, he got it started because, listen, I am a big believer of Cam Ward. We all know this. There is a lot of reasons why I love that man, and he gave us a lot of hope in Coral Gables. But we're going to start off with the obvious here. The Jacksonville Jaguars suck. Can we just get that out of the way? I think Liam Cohen's got an uphill battle.
Oh. It's about as awkward as that press conference was when I just did it, so that works.
I'm actually gonna say Jacksonville's probably gonna be pretty competitive this season. I mean, yeah, Liam Cohen. I mean, yes, no aura, but I mean, I think we're gonna see a much improved Trevor Lawrence this season. I just want to see how that looks. But I do think Jacksonville is gonna be out of the other three teams in the AFC South. I think they're gonna be probably the bigger threat out of the three.
All right, fair. Listen, I'm trying to be my biggest. I'll start off with this because I know DJ's been chomping at the bit to rip his blue and white a new asshole, for lack of a better term.
They don't need me to do it. Have you seen them play? They don't need to.
I mean, I'll do it for you. I have the Colts going like I have them going 3-13 this year, or 3-14. I would love that.
Don't tease me time. That means it's Drew Aller season. Like, please and thank you.
This is me praying for my boy DJ to have some salvation here. Like he can root for like me or Kelsey, or actually Kelsey another team. Me or Hector or anybody, or no, Nate, sorry, not you. You need another bad draft pick or good draft pick, I mean. Nate, listen, you rush it, it ends up badly. I've told you gotta let these things take time. Not everyone has Howie Roseman for a GM.
We're just rooting for Malik Neighbors right now.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I've had
actually the road to 3-13 may go through Daniel Jones. That was my
getting away, and that's the road to 6-11.
Oh, that's true, because he's gonna randomly beat the Jaguars on Monday night. We're gonna be like,
Riley Leonard.
That's
your road to 0-17.
Yeah, high five. See, we're getting there. We all agree.
That's the Irsay kids basically having their pick of the litter for who's coming out next at quarterback next year. Yeah, so I just think the Colts. The problem is they have a fun offense, but it's like you have this all these souped up rims, tinted windows, custom decals, all this livery, all this other great the Sunfin. But you open up the hood, it's got a little 2-cylinder in it, and it's not going to run. That's the best analogy I could put up for it. It's like having a Lamborghini in a crappy house.
By bare feet. Yabba dabba do. It's a Flintstone car when you pop open the hood. Yabba do.
I mean,
you guys know who Theo Ash is. He unfortunately sounds a little bit like DJ. He's Just a little bit. It's vocal cadence. You're actually intelligent. This kid's a moron. He's my favorite. His podcast is my favorite to follow because all of Theo's co-hosts are actually kind of intelligent. And then he'll drop the dumbest takes. My favorite still is when he said that Anthony Richardson was the best quarterback in his class, and I laughed my ass off the entire time because I was the one banging the drum for CJ Stroud, and I still am, Hector. That is still my boy. Big CJ Stroud fan. But like, I look at A-Rich. There's so much wasted talent. He needed to try. He was the ultimate candidate of go to the transfer portal, go to Oklahoma, go to USC.
He should have been a rookie.
Go to Miami, go to Ohio State, go to Notre Dame, go to some place where they're going to develop you to be a better passer. And his dumbass chased the money, and now he's going to have he's Jamarcus Russell.
He should be a rookie right now. This should be his rookie year. He should have stayed 2 years and came out. But it's too late for that now, so we're praying for 3-14. Or he turns into Cam Newton from 2015 in the next 13 days.
Unfortunately, I think that's happening.
I think the previous.
All right, I'm going to ask your rival team fan here. As a Texans fan, Hector, what are your thoughts on the Colts
not a rivalry
as a whole?
Right now.
Do you look at like the tire
parts that are equal bashing together? This is a one-sided beating with Houston. Hammer.
I was going to say, do you look at them like the tire fire?
I feel like there's never been a year where like a season where like the Colts and Texans are equally like evenly matched. And well, maybe like the Matt Schaub, Andrew Luck period. Maybe
I was going to say that's the only time I can think of it.
Oh, the Colts. Look, like I said, my only real like when I look at the AFC South this season. No offense, DJ, but like the only real threat to me is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There is zero offense taken. I'd be offended if you said otherwise.
Like, I think that there's obviously some good pieces in Indy, but I think right now where Anthony Richardson's not where they want him to be, and I mean at this point where you're gonna have a quarterback battle between him and Daniel Jones, that just I can't believe even that sentence even came out.
Say it again. It sounds great. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
That's a
where's Shadur Sanders? Where's the Shadur Sanders Giants jersey?
Oh, bro. So what happened was, I kind of fell in love with Dart. So, kind of fell in love.
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm praying for the Giants.
Go have fun with Mr. Unlimited.
I will. By the way, Hector, I love the Houston's offensive line. The buffoon that's hosting this podcast, Jared, does not believe in y'all, but I do. Just know that. I did some studying.
You call me a buffoon.
He's out here and he said it politely.
Dude starts taking steps and he's got a bass and a balls now. I love it. Nate, by the way, congratulations, buddy. We love you. But
thank you.
Listen, I mean, you start walking, I'm kicking you down the stairs.
Dude, Nate had more steps than I had this morning.
Hey, thank you. Yes, 600 steps today, boys.
I'm being honest. I sat in my car all day at my job.
Hector, you were saying before Jared interrupted you.
Yeah, I think with the Colts, besides the running game, there's no real to me, no worry. Essentially, I mean. Anthony Richardson, he can give you a big play, but the question is he going to play and when is he going to quit? so that's where I'm at with the Colts.
Biggest fear would be if Tyler Warren decided to play quarterback. That's the only way they have a chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's not.
We're talking Indy right now, right?
Yeah. Just put him in the cellar.
So on paper, Indianapolis doesn't have bad offensive weapons. I mean, Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, Pierce, Pittman, Jonathan Taylor. The issue obviously is quarterback. I mean, they've had a sustainable offensive line. I believe last year per PFF, they were the third best offensive line. And like I said, two main issues. I'm pretty sure that was the stat. I didn't write down offense or defense, so I don't remember which one. It wasn't defense. It had to be the offensive line. This was PFF and Google AI overview. But main issues last year, defense and whoever's at quarterback. You probably have a better chance if you want to win games with Daniel Jones. But when I say win games, I mean like you said, 6 games. Or if you want to tank, you're probably better off with Anthony Richardson. And if you really want to tank, you're better off with Riley Leonard. So I have the Colts with a ceiling of 6 wins, and I think they can get a floor of 4. depends on who's starting the quarterback.
Or wait, I'm serious.
boy.
Listen, just hear me out. If you really want to tank, you start Jason Bean.
Did you just make that up?
I'll take it.
He's
That's
the
fine.
He's the fourth string quarterback on the
I didn't even know
Colts.
fourth strings existed on NFL rosters anymore.
It's because you watched the preseason.
Ours got injured, so that means Adrian Martinez is the third quarterback. Congratulations.
Mine's Italian.
Oh, what a name! I didn't even realize he even got a contract.
He was there last year, apparently.
Who?
I think
Adrian Martinez.
Adrian Martinez.
I'm
There's always a Martinez in Nebraska, and that was
Yeah, I feel like there's like some random cousin named Martinez who just got picked up to be a redshirt freshman or something. Who was the older brother? Was it Tino? Or no, that's the Yankees.
Martinez, first baseman, who got his number retired not number, but got a plaque in the Monument Park for like 6 seasons.
Oh yeah, no, don't get Dom started about that. I walked through Monument Park with him before D-backs Yankees, and he literally just bitched and complained about how half these guys didn't deserve it. I'm like, hey, listen, all I know is we've been around for 28 years. We only have 2 numbers retired.
It's
one guy got a hit off Rivera to win us a World Series. The other guy is the greatest lefty pitcher of all time. I don't have to tell you.
Well, that's because we've got icons from the 50s that took up all the single digits. That's about it.
Well, that's an excuse. He also went on a rant away. Bernie Williams doesn't deserve it. I was like,
oh, I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with that one.
You guys retire too many damn numbers. All right. Anyway, for the Colts right now, I realistically have them at a ceiling of 5 wins, and then their floor is 4. I have them right in that zone. I think they're going to stick with A-Rich as long as possible, and they're probably going to trade either Pierce or Pittman. They're definitely going to keep Downs. I just think there's so much talent there on that offense, but they just have, like I said, they have a 2-cylinder lawnmower engine inside the body of a Ferrari. It's not great. So I think DJ, honestly, you guys are going to have a top 10 pick. I just don't know where. But last place in the AFC South belongs to the Indianapolis Colts this year. Congratulations.
Thank goodness. They already failed when it came to getting clapped for Stroud, so hopefully now they can figure it out this year.
I'm going to start the conversation with the boys at Nashville, though. Tighten up, baby. Listen, they're not the Tennessee Titans are not making the playoffs this year. I'm recanting that hot take I had back in April. I love what I'm seeing out of Cam Ward so far. Y'all know how much I love that man. I think he is one of the best he's arguably top 5 best quarterbacks Miami's ever even had on the field, much less played for us. I love what they're building out there in Tennessee. I think they have a lot of optimism. I think they are to a lesser extent, they are going to be a better Carolina, but a worse Atlanta, if that makes sense. I think 8-9 is where they're going to be next year. I think Cam Ward and that offense are actually going to score some points. I think his biggest problem is he's going to be 2016 Carson Wentz, where he's going to think every window that's this big he still can throw the ball into. And he's going to throw 28 touchdowns, but he's also going to have 15 interceptions. And that's fine because that just means they're getting aggressive. The Titans haven't had an aggressive thrower of the football since Steve McNair. So, I mean, this is just upgrade. And I think I saw somebody on a take. Was one of y'all or maybe it was somebody else? The Titans just hope they don't have a meme quarterback this year. I think that was a joke. Like they don't have 2 memes made out of their quarterback throwing interceptions. But I love Spears. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be a fantasy football god this year, especially with Ward throwing the football. But I think 8-9, 9-8 is their ceiling. I think they're going to be like a fringe team, like they're eliminated from the playoffs in like week 17 or 16, but they're still going to be fun. Hector?
I mean, yeah, I can see Tennessee improving, but I don't think that's a lot. It's not going to say a lot. I think Cam Ward is definitely a massive upgrade to Will Levis. I think that's fair to say. I don't know about the comments you said about better than Aaron McNair because that's...
Oh, I didn't say better than Aaron McNair. He's the best since Aaron McNair.
Okay, I was about to say because pay
I
respect to
already
the
put him ahead of Tannehill, and he's even throwing a regular season pass.
I'll of course say legend, swag legend. That's just me being from a swag school.
I love Aaron McNair. Don't get me started. So,
but I don't know. There's still some things with Tennessee that I don't think are necessarily set in stone just yet. I do agree with you. I think this offense will be definitely more productive than last year, and I could see them get some wins out of that. But as far as, like I said, there's only one team out of the other three that I'm worried about, and it's not Tennessee. And go ahead and keep wearing those Oilers jerseys. You're just gonna lose again.
I see it's a point of contention. I'll touch on that later.
It should be.
Sheesh. Hector.
All right, Captain, big swinging now. What do you got, Nate?
Oh, yes, I am the captain now. I love the
You're big swinging.
There's a mutiny the second you step on deck.
Nick Foles has entered the chat.
I love the Titans. I do. I think, but Hector does bring up a good point. One group in particular that worries me is their defense, especially on the edge, because I know they got the Oladejo guy, the rookie in the second round, but like he's kind of improving. Plus, he only had maybe less than a season of experience at edge, so not sure if he's gonna play too big of a role this year, but we'll see. Their secondary, L'Jarius Sneed had a bad season last year. I think he got hurt too, so there's question marks on that defense. But offensively, they're gonna be fun to watch. We all love Cam Ward here. We all do. Hector, I know you do too. Even though you're a Texans fan, we all do. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But look, they have a solid running back duo with Pollard and Spears. Ridley's a good wide out number one for them, and we'll see if guys like Ayamenor and DK step up and step up to be the receiver 2 or 3. Yeah, go Titans. My best friend's a Titans fan, so. Yeah,
tell him I said
he loves Cam Ward. He loves him. He loves him.
Tell him that's your favorite Miami fan. I'm pulling for Cam. They're my adjacents. Every year I pick like a team that's for last place that like I kind of pull for. In 2015, when I saw Hard Knocks, it was the Texans. Look how far they've come. 2022 it was the Lions. Generally, I'm kind of like the kiss of life for a bad team, so I'm kind of this Titans.
Spare me.
I've tried with you. You guys screw it up every damn year.
Yeah, so you're not really the kiss of uplift.
It's like you get up to like 9 wins and then you make the playoffs. That's basically what it is. Maddie, I've been pulling for your Jets for years, man. I try every year. I say a little prayer for them before the season starts, and they
Eagles 2 years ago. You said that's the only team in the AFC that scared you, and they didn't even get 4 plays from Aaron Rodgers. So you are not the kiss of wonderful for these bad teams. You are the kiss of death.
No, he did.
Okay, listen, it was a freak Achilles injury. I thought Rodgers and the Jets were going to be a good team.
I can't believe I was there live. Anyways.
I can't remember. I fell asleep and then woke up during the punt return because it was so loud.
Xavier Gibson, rah! Oh, by the way, before we continue, if that's okay, I gotta show this real quick. Darn it! I was gonna show you.
Don't get a slide in, please.
Please don't be Jets related.
No, it's Titans related. Remember Will Levis? Look at this. We have this play, then we have this play, and we have this play, and then we have this play.
That's the most.
I think that's when he saw the Gia Duddy snapshots, but whatever.
I love the one where he was playing the Jets and he came off the field and the coach was just like, you could just see his lips and he was just like what the F was that?
I feel so, listen, Will Levis is a fellow Connecticut man like me and Matt. Dude, I don't think anybody's had a more memey end to their career than Will Levis. Like this, there was so much promise, dude. He came out the week after him and his girl broke up. Dude chucked 3 touchdown passes to DeAndre Hopkins and they won the damn game. I had so much hype for that man this year. I even drafted his like emergency third quarterback in one of my leagues.
He's on his third girl in 3 years. 1 girl per season.
Jeez.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Settle down, son.
It's time for me to give Cam Ward his praises.
It's the mayonnaise.
Yes.
Oh,
that's a hint.
Listen, I'm a little weird to put honey in my coffee, but that's different.
Yeah, that's not mayonnaise. That's honey's fine. People put agave in there, like that's fine, but not mayonnaise. I'll take honey any day. You're not weird for that.
I think he came
weird.
out with spicy mayonnaise. He just came out with it.
All right,
Matt,
that could be good on a sandwich, but I mean that's
talk
not
about the
going on
Titans.
coffee.
We're wasting this much right now on mayonnaise right now.
All right. Titans, we all know, number 1 overall pick last year, drafted Cam Ward. They went 3-14 last season. Revamped that offense with Cam Ward, Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson. They also drafted Gunnar Helm at tight end. I think the Titans are going to wind up fighting for third place because I agree with Hector saying that I think the Jaguars are going to be very competitive this year, but we'll talk about the Jaguars next round. I'll save it for that. Realistically, I mean, the second is technically up for grabs because you just never know with that division, but I think they're going to wind up squeezing in third. I think, well, they had one of the worst offensive lines last year, and the defense was ranked per StatMuse. They had them at 18th for last year. They were pretty bad, though. But they did add Kevin Zeitler at the guard, and they did draft Jackson Slater. I am a big fan of Cam Ward. I think he's going to be very good for the Titans. I think it's going to take some time to build some more pieces up on that team, to add some more weapons for him, to add some more defensive help because he could have a great offense. But if his defense is going to be bottom 10, you're not going to translate much with success in that realm. But I think, and plus looking at the stats, they've got 7 teams on the schedule this season that went above 500 last year. So I think it's possible that they could have a little bit of a rough start. But I think he's going to show flashes. I think he's going to show signs that the future is bright. They just got to build around him a little more. I have the Titans with a ceiling of, I think they can get 7 and 10, maybe a floor of 5 wins. I think, and this isn't a knock on Cam. I'm not saying that I don't think he's going to be good. I just think the Titans have work to do. So I don't think it's just going to be him. I think it's going to be just a collective unit of, they're just maybe a year or 2 away from doing some damage.
All right, fair. All right, DJ, any thoughts on the Titans before we start talking about Texans? Actors, Texans. Wow.
The original Cam Ward guy from when he was back at Washington State, who told Jared when he transferred to Miami he was going to be the man. So as the original Cam Ward guy,
I believe you. I took your word as gospel because I needed hope at that. I just watched Tyler Van Dyke be the worst quarterback in program history. So
as a hater of the Titans, they're going to be I think they're going to be really darn good. They also have the 20th, 29th strength of schedule. So we're going to go a ceiling of 9-8 with a floor of 6-11. There's also the whole thing of just getting Will Levis not only not starting, but he's off the team right now because he's out for the year. That is an automatic 3+ wins when you get him off the.
My man's got a lore that's in the negatives.
Just getting him off will get you 3 wins, and you throw in Cam Ward, that can account for 3 wins. So we're gonna give them 9-8. They're gonna be in the thick of it. I actually haven't taken the division when we did our predictions yesterday. So I think they're gonna be annoying. They're gonna find a way to squeak in.
All right, we gotta talk about that team from Southeast Texas, a team that has a quarterback who I believe is going to win them a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. I love their weapons. I mean, God, I want Tank Dell to stay healthy, man. That he's such a good route runner. But obviously Nico Collins is an absolute damn animal. I do not know what the hell they're doing on O-line. Hector, I'd love to be proven wrong here. My take was that maybe they have all these unknown guys that they believe in. I have no idea who they are, but like, I'm nervous. I still have them going. I still have them going 11-6. Barely. I just want CJ to stay okay. That's all I care about. I want them to win and I want them to be okay. But like, I swear, like, I don't know what I'm getting with that O-line right now. Hector, the floor is yours. You're wearing the fancy jersey. What do you got?
Well, I mean, firstly, getting rid of Leonard Tussle was the smartest thing the Houston Texans could have done because of all the false start and penalties that he caused for the team. So we lost more yards because of him being on the field. So I don't care what flag you want to throw out. Oh,
I'm mimicking Laremy Tunsil right now. I'm agreeing.
So everybody that was saying, "Oh, the Texans were so dumb to give him away to the Washington Commanders," that was great business because that helped us tremendously. One, because we got rid of, in my opinion, a locker room cancer. So I am perfectly fine with it. I'm not a big Laremy Tunsil guy. I was excited for him initially, but then I don't know what happened where he thought his stuff didn't stink. But in fact, some of the best offensive line games that the Texans had last year, which is really not saying much, was when he wasn't on the field. So let that sink in. We also got rid of Kenyon Green. We sent him over to Philadelphia for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Also
Sure,
another great business, by the way, because our worst offensive lineman, we gave them to the Philadelphia Eagles, which I'm sure, as most former Texans players that do go to the Philadelphia Eagles, end up having a great career. So
Brandon Brooks, baby.
Brandon Brooks is one that got away, in my opinion. I think as far as the Texans, I think that like the perspective is hoping that, like, once again, when you didn't have Laramie Tunsil, the offensive line did look a little bit better. So I think that is where they're hoping for. I think Cole Popovich, obviously, he's currently the offensive line coach for the Texans. He's a well-respected offensive line coach. So I think that that's where maybe some of the fake comes in with the team. But I think they did make some guys that maybe need some work. I mean, that's some of the offensive line additions that the Texans had this year. Questionable guys, but guys that maybe can bring. Maybe Popovich is that guy that can come in and fix what's wrong with those guys. But despite having a terrible offensive line, I mean, CJ Stroud still got this team in a winning position. Got his second playoff win. I think at this point we can put him over Herbert. I think that once again, it's just the Texans go off of really just grit and defense, and that's what really was what made the Texans so good last year. Was they have one of the scariest secondaries in the NFL. Hopefully, C.J. Gardner-Johnson will be good by week one, and hopefully it's not a tear. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. But either way, you still have Petrie, who has looked drastically better from the year before last year. You still got Bullock, who is my guy, just a dog from USC. And of course, you got Derek Stingley Jr., who could be argued as one of the best corners right now in the NFL. So I like everything about the Texans defense. You got Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, that just scares everybody off of the edges. And you know, took a Colt. We took EJ Speed out of there, and I'm sure he's going to be just another addition to that Texans defense. So defense is going to be really a big threat. Also offensively, man. Yeah, it sucks not to have Tank Dell. I really love Tank Dell. You know, obviously, U of H Cougar comes to the Houston Texans, became a big part of the offense. Him and C.J. Stroud. You know, you saw how the chemistry was with them. But I'm really excited about the Jalen's, man. I'm really excited about these guys from Iowa State. They look a lot of fun, and I think that that's going to help, especially for Nico Collins to get his big openings when you have another more exciting receivers in your roster. So I'm really excited for that. And obviously tight ends, you got Schultz, was it Dalton Schultz? I mean, good safety net. Stover, who came in last year as a rookie, another Ohio State guy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the biggest addition, along with Joe Mixon, is also getting Nick Chubb. I think we're gonna see a huge production from that running game. And I think that with all that, I think it's going to be hard for defenses to figure out what to do with that Texans team, especially when you have a new offensive coordinator that I'm really excited of coming from that Sean McVay tree. So I think that this offense is going to be really fun to watch. And as long as the offensive line stays strong, I think we can have a good year for the Texans.
Listen, I want the Texans to win this division. I want them to be good. I want them to contend. I love the Texans. In the hierarchy of teams I root for, obviously, you know, Philadelphia is God reigns supreme. Then it's 50 feet of crap, and then it's the Raiders because of my uncle, the Texans because of Andre Johnson. I've always been a big AJ fan, and I've kind of stayed with them since then. The Lions because they're lovable losers, and then the Titans because of Steve McNair and Eddie George, now Cam Ward. So I kind of had to stay with those teams. Those are the kind of the century teams to root for outside of my Eagles. I want the Texans to be good. I love C.J. Stroud as a player. I love him as a human. I think he's a great fit for the league as a poster child. I just want him to be healthy and to have a good season. If you believe in this O-line, great. I am with it. I think Tunsil is the most overrated tackle in the league, so I was okay with that trade. I didn't get why they punted on Keon Green so early, but listen, I wish CJGJ could have gotten a full season to you guys. He is a hell of a player on the field. Not the biggest fan of him off the field with all this crazy stuff, but I don't really care. He wants Super Bowl, helps win Super Bowl. But I do think you guys, the two Jalen's, By the way, the last team they butchered was my Hurricanes. They're great players. And I think they're going to be great to be paired with one of my favorite receivers in the league, Nico Collins. I think the Texans this year and their 15 different running backs they have behind CJ Stroud, I think they'll easily win this division. I think they'll easily get 11 wins. I just want to see them do some damage in the playoffs. Also, by the way, the Herbert versus Stroud debate is gone. It's CJ Stroud. I'm team CJ all day, man. Justin Herbert is basically like a guy you're like, oh, he's a prototype player. It's like, yeah, but he's him and Jordan Love are in this category of, yeah, they have all this potential, but they haven't done jack with it. That's my stance on that. But I'm done ranting. Matthew, Houston Texans, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good about the Texans. So they do have a tough schedule. They don't have Diggs. They don't have Dell. Mixon's injured right now, but they did draft Higgins to go with Collins and Mechie. They do have Nick Chubb to take the place for Mixon while he's hurt. They do open up the year off with the Rams and the Bucs, so it's going to be a little tough start to the schedule, and they do play the AFC West. However, some positives, though. New offense coordinator. That's probably the biggest positive you can have because Bobby Slowick was not good, and this is a guy from the Sean McVay tree. I'd be very excited. Obviously, I'm sure you are, Hector. No Bobby Slowick. Sean McVay coaching tree coming into town. I think that's going to help Stroud out wonders in year 3. I think we're going to see a bounce back year from Stroud. Maybe hopefully he can get back towards those rookie year type stats. But solid overall defense, despite some rough patches in that schedule. I think we can see the Texans going at least 10-7, and I definitely got them winning that division.
All right. Deej.
In addition to Jaden and Jalen, they also have Xavier Hutchinson from Iowa State. So like 20% of their receiver room all comes right out of Ames, Iowa. Who would have thought? But for Houston, on paper, they should be like the second or third best team in the AFC with that roster. They are incredible for that secondary, the pass rush, with the receiving core. However, there's something that I can't put my finger on just watching. It feels like there is something missing. If the offensive line can hold up and everything clicks, I think their ceiling's 13 wins. I think they're going to be devastating. They're going to roll. If something doesn't quite click, I can see them winning 8 games. I can see it just being really, really awful. But they have a very large margin for them, for Houston. The offensive line, I think, isn't going to be it much worse. I think getting rid of Laramie Tunsil and Will Pay will be just fine. It won't be a big deal, as we've already beat that dead horse already. The running game, I am curious because Nick Chubb has had his knee shredded completely in half multiple times in his career. Joe Mixon is a walking injury bug at this point. I'm just curious if everything holds up. If everything holds up and clicks, they can win 13 games and be a force of nature. CJ Stroud could be MVP. If things are a little bit wonky, if the new system and offense doesn't quite click, let's just say schematically doesn't line up. If it's a Bobby Slowick second year as opposed to the first year, we remember first year Bobby was a head coaching candidate across the league. Second year he gets fired. So depending on how this new offense clicks,
right now, right?
I don't think he has one. If he does, it's like an assistant somewhere. If it clicks, 13 wins. If something's off schematically, I can see them being in like a 7-win territory. They have a huge margin.
Nate, can we find out if he has a head coaching job anywhere?
Yep.
He is with the Miami Dolphins.
Senior passing game coordinator.
Hey, boys, my Dolphins are tanking. Take looks better and better every day.
What a lovely Thursday night this turned out to be.
Senior passing game coordinator.
Indeed.
That screams my uncle knows somebody.
So there's a passing game coordinator.
So that's why Zach Wilson had that rollout in the preseason and threw the ball 2 feet in front of the guy on the ground.
There you go.
Got it. There we go.
That's just
That's
Zach
why.
Wilson special. That's just Zach.
Yeah, that's it. No, I know. I've seen that play 20
That's
times.
Zach Cougar hunting.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I love that. That is his title. That is amazing. That's like the title for like a guy whose first job out of being a grad assistant generally. So that's a fall from grace.
I'll gladly take that job if he doesn't want it.
Listen, dude, I would be the senior grad assistant on the Cowboys if it got me a job in the NFL.
Yeah, you're too mouthy for that. The Joneses wouldn't stand.
Yeah, the Joneses would listen to one podcast I did talking about their Cowboys, and they would send me to the curb.
Don't worry, but it'll be a great press conference though, talking about how great of a negotiator you are.
I cannot wait for our NFC East show. It is the day before I think it's the day of the NFL season starts. I am so excited. Actually, no, I think it's Monday the 1st. Yeah, it is Monday the 1st. By the way, we have a guest coming on, allegedly. He's trying. He just got a promotion. He's trying to make his schedule work. We have a guest who hasn't been on yet. We try to get him on for a while. He's talking Giants football. I know Nate's excited. I'm excited to talk NFC East ball. I might go ballistic that show because, my Diamondbacks have just made my summer miserable. But they're picking it up now, ironically. Really funny how he beat Merrill Kelly after we traded him to the Rangers. I still don't forgive him for 20. Last but not least, Nate, will you stop muting my mic, please, or was that DJ?
No,
Who's
Nate's
muting my mic?
Flag on the play. Quit playing the blame game. Maybe you just did it.
Man,
It says host muted your mic. I didn't touch the microphone.
I'm typing over on this side.
All right,
My
who's
hands
the?
aren't on my keyboard.
Can't look at me because I'm using a phone.
All right, so we have a phantom ghost apparently muting me. Anyway, it's okay. It's happened already once.
Maybe it was Ghost.
It was Jerry Jones.
Ghost is currently passed out of my chair right back here. As
Jerry Jones heard his name, so he had to.
Yeah, apparently it's all through the dark web, right? All right. Last but not least, we're talking Jacksonville Jaguars. It's been an interesting season for offseason for Jacksonville. I have basically been validated with ultimate vindication of how Trevor Lawrence is not a bust, but he's not a success either. He's the definition of mid. I've been banging the drum since the 2021 draft that this kid has not progressed since he was a freshman in college, and I will stake to that claim for the rest of my life. I don't mind the Liam Cohen hire. I thought he was a good fit. I love Tank Dempsey. Tank Bigsby. Sorry, wrong universe. Tank Dempsey is from Call of Duty. I don't hate their receiving core. I do love of course, me and DJ talked about this ad nauseum when we're in Canton. I'm a big Brian Thomas Jr. fan. I'm just worried about his touches now that Travis Hunter is going to be getting getting a lot of snaps on offense. Defensively, I don't hate it. I think they're an average team. I think they're in the similar boat to Tennessee, where Tennessee is kind of like could get in there. I think Jacksonville is firmly cemented as a average 9-8 team. I think they're going to have an okay season. They're going to be kind of fun to watch. I think you're going to see a lot more simplicity in the offense, which is going to allow Trevor Lawrence's God-given talent to come through. My ceiling for them is probably 9-8. My floor is 6-10. I think they're going to have an in-between year this year. I think Liam Cohen may fit. It's all going to depend on Trevor Lawrence. If Trevor Lawrence goes back to 2022 form, we're talking about a possible division contender, like Hector said. But if he's what he's been the last 3 years, injuries or not, we're still talking about a mid-team. We got Mac Jones coming in mid-season. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely excited to see what happens with Jacksonville. Hector, we kind of got your take a little bit earlier, unless you have anything else to add.
No, I think you made a good point. I think it's going to be dependent on what we see from Trevor Lawrence. I think if he's able to showcase what everyone thought he was going to be, obviously number one overall pick, showcase that kind of caliber player that he was, the guy that never lost till he got to Jacksonville. I think that's going to be, I guess technically he lost to LSU. But I mean, that's going to be what can we see from this guy? How does he respond? Because I think essentially for him, and you can maybe put in the argument of a make or break year for him this season.
I'm with it. And Mr. DJ, thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yeah, they're average. They're pretty much. I feel like they're 8-9 or 6-10. They're somewhere in that range. They'll be interesting. They'll have moments. I want to point out though, their running back room is really, really secretly nice. Travis Etienne, we all know when he can have his moments. Tank Bigsby. They also got Bashal Tootin out of Virginia Tech, who ran a 4.340, the fastest 4.3.
Stupid fast.
Very electric. And they got LaQuint Allen Jr. out of Syracuse. Like, they got a really nice running back room. And Liam Cohen
loves Syracuse. Sorry.
It's a really nice running back room, and Liam Cohen loves using all sorts of running backs. We saw Sean Davis last year score 20 fantasy points.
That is true, actually.
But I think all of those guys are going to get burned.
Maddie, any thoughts quick on Jacksonville?
Yeah, a couple quick points. So Jacksonville, obviously they got a new head coach in town, and Liam Cohen. They also drafted Travis Hunter for receiver and cornerback. They open up their season up against Carolina, so they got some positive things going on for them, except the defense. There's question marks in that secondary. Offensive line was about 19th last year. and Brandon Scherf is obviously not with the team, just retired. But my bold prediction, I think we're going to see Trevor Lawrence get somewhat close to what he was when he had a little bit of a resurgence with Doug Peterson in his first year. So Liam Cohen last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had that offense. I believe they had that offense ranked in like the top 5 in 3 categories on offense. They had them in yards per game, points per game, and third down efficiency. He had them all anywhere between 3 and 5 in those categories. So I think we're going to see a nice resurgence in the offense under Liam Cohen. So I'm not going crazy. I think the Jaguars have a potential to go 9-8 and be second in that division. But I think Liam Cohen's offense might work some wonders for Trevor Lawrence. Maybe it'll take a year or 2 for him to make some leaps, but I think this could be a good year for a bounce back year for Trevor Lawrence if Liam Cohen can get that Tampa Bay offense going in Jacksonville.
All right. Listen, we're all kind of in a similar boat. I think we don't know what we're getting out of Lawrence. We don't know what we're getting out of this whole coaching staff and everything else. But I'll open up the floor. Nate, do you have any? He's away right now. Anyway, we'll go around the horn quick because we got about 3 minutes left in the show. I'll start with. I guess I'll go first because I went last for NFC South. I'm going to go Texans 1, roughly 11-6. I mean, sorry. 11. It's 17 games. 11-6. And then I'm going to take Tennessee at 9-8. I'm going to take Jacksonville at 7-10. And I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts at 3-14. DJ, you see me trying to manifest this for you?
I really hope it's like when you try to manifest the Jets to be good. I hope it has the same results in the
Well, no, you want the opposite.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I want you that brings teams down. I'm hoping that it applies here.
I've only brought one team down. That's the New York Jets. So,
and that wasn't his fault. It was Mike White's ribs' fault.
I like how no one ever calls Mike White just Mike. He's only known as Mike White. No one ever just.
He has like the best. He has like the best name for a backup quarterback, Mike White. Like what? Oh, Mike White.
We would yell in the stands at the games. We would yell White Mike. Just we want White Mike.
Like Mike White. Like White Mike.
Yeah. All right. DJ, standings predictions for the AFC South.
At the bottom, we have the Colts at 6-11. We'll have the Jaguars at 8-9. We'll have the Texans at 8-9. We'll have the Titans at 9-8. They're going to beat the out of each other. Except for the Colts.
A lot of 8s and 9s. And
Mr. Suarez.
Colts are going to be on at 4. Third, I'm going to say Tennessee. Second, Jacksonville, and first is going to be Texans.
All right. Matthew?
I think this could be one of the most competitive divisions. I actually have everybody going in order. So I'll start from the top up. I had the Texans winning the division at 11-6. Almost in order. I had the Texans winning the division at 11-6. I have the Jaguars going second place 9-8. I have the Titans with a ceiling of 8-9, finishing in third, but probably, in my opinion, 7-10. And then I think the Colts go 6-11 in fourth place.
All right. Nate, you got AFC South prediction for the standings?
Oh, crap. Sorry, Hector, my bad. The layout's dumb. Anyways, I think I said during my episode, what did I say?
Shameless plug.
Yeah, 30 podcast. Cool. I think I said Houston.
And your McCarthy on.
Houston, Tennessee. What was the other one? Jacksonville, Indy. Yeah, that's what it was.
So me and Nate are basically in the same boat.
Rah!
All right. Thanks, Nate.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for the Kornerbooth podcast pregame for our AFC NFC South preview. And as promised, we'll be uploading this show to our pod link. So if you missed, you can go back and watch it, or you can watch it on YouTube. It's all up to you. Shout out to our sponsors, Righteous Felon, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off your purchase at checkout. Candidates.com, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your purchase. at checkout. And, of course, SeatGeek, the best ticketing app on the planet. Promo code Belly Up Sports, $20 off your first purchase. Some restrictions may apply. We appreciate everyone coming on. You can find Hector at all things insert name FC. I know y'all are on a little wee bit of a break right now. Y'all about to pick it up.
We back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, so I'm a little delayed here. I keep seeing the memes on Instagram. I love the AI art, by the way. Great, by the way.
Football is back, man. Football is back. Premier League kicks off. Well, Premier League, La Liga, and Liga kick off Friday. So, football is very much back in the world.
Let's go, Richmond.
Training camp of baseball. I apologize. It's my fault. But, yeah, check them out. Insert name FC. When you guys drop episodes, just let us all know.
Drop today.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll go check it out right now.
You said who?
Let's go. Roy Kent, Coach of the Year.
Oh, hey, amen. Season 4.
My New England Revolution are absolutely abysmal. So MLS.
You're a who fan?
New England Revolution. I'm from New England. I have to at least root for one team from New England.
I didn't even know that was a team.
Oh,
that is a team.
I've actually been to a game, by the way. It was actually a blast. I had a great time.
Imagine if you were a Patriots
They got
fan.
smoked by the Columbus Crew, but I went. It was fun.
Should have been a Patriots fan.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Would have been funny. You and Matt, Pats versus Jets.
No, listen, I was
terrible.
born to be a Birds fan.
It would have been terrible.
Go San Jose Earthquakes.
Okay.
All right,
sir.
respect.
PayPal
Obviously,
Park.
Hector, you're a Dynamo guy, right?
Yeah, and fun fact, Houston Dynamo were once the San Jose Earthquakes.
That's crazy. I forgot. I think I knew that actually.
So San Jose, they ended up moving to Houston, and the year that the first year of the Houston Dynamo, they went back to back on MLS Cups. So,
I did not know that.
There you go.
Dang, okay.
A little soccer throwback at the end of the show.
Like,
All right, and you can find DJ at all things 30. No, that's Nate's 30. All things Hilo Sports. All things Hilo Sports. They just dropped an episode yesterday. Go check it out. Obviously, like you said before, they did AFC, NFC South standings. If you want to hear his take, and of course, Kelsey's more in depth, go check it out. And of course, Nate and Brian dropped another episode today at 3rd and 10. Go check them out as well. You can follow us in all things Kornerbooth Podcast. That's on everything: TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, YouTube, and even Threads, even though it's the stupidest social media app on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the rest of your summer. I'm going to go watch my Diamondbacks throttle the Rockies because apparently that's what a win streak is. I haven't experienced that this year. Anyway, have a good night. Yeah. Go Birds, go Canes.
NYFC.
spicy mayonnaise.